So water fasting is an absolutely amazing tool for overcoming skin diseases like eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, rosacea, anything that's gut related, anything that's digestion related. It's a great tool for losing weight. It's a great tool for spiritual development. But there is some very specific bad cleansing habits that people have. In today's video, I want to talk about the worst way you could possibly water fast. And I have to preface this video is focusing on water fasting for the sake of overcoming eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, and rosacea. All of these things that I'm talking about in today's video will relate to weight loss or just strict gut health or digestion health or anything that is related to water fasting. But just understand as you listen to my perspectives and my experiences that I do have a slant towards this thing. This is specific for eczema, dermatitis, and psoriasis. There is a big difference when you're focusing on gut/skin health stuff with water fasting. So without further ado, let me get to the video today. It's the worst way to water fast. Avoid doing these things. Okay, the number one thing, and this one still kind of blows my mind, and it's always something I have to calibrate with my clients, and generally that means I have to pull them back. Well, what I'm talking about is a lot of people want to try water fasting and try to go really deep into water fasting while they're in a totally crazy time in their life, a very stressful time of life. They're working crazy hours. It's like vacation or Christmas or just some time when their life is in chaos. The best time to water fast is when you're in a place where you have some time and space to really focus on water fasting and healing. If you're water fasting, you're putting your body through a certain form of stress on purpose. But if your life is full of anarchy and stress on the peripheral, then the stress from the water fast is just going to be way too much for the body to handle, and the benefits that you're going to get from water fasting are going to be non-existent. If you're water fasting and you're entering a super stressful state and the water fasting is causing you more stress, then the chances of it affecting your skin, your inflammation, and your mind in a healthy, positive way are absolutely none. What I suggest to people who are super busy, who have stressful lives, or who when they're trying to water fast are in the wrong place and in the wrong situation and it becomes ultra stressful, skip water fasting altogether. Bone broth, juice cleansing, bone broth plus turmeric lemonade for 5 days or 10 days or a couple days. That will provide for you nutrients and it will provide for you energy so that you can get all the benefits, all the fasting benefits, all the gut health benefits from water fasting, but have calories so that you can deal with stress, so that you can work, so that you can watch your kids, so that you can live a quote-unquote normal life. I'm not saying that you can't work or that you can't do other things while you're water fasting, but I think you want to know yourself and understand that if you're adding too much stress to a stressful water fast, it's going to go negative really quick. Okay, and this next one is going to be really controversial, and for me, it's not controversial at all because coffee is just something that if you have eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, rosacea, any skin disease, it is a huge trigger food. Not one of my clients in the history of me helping people heal their skin, it's been almost 900 people at this point, been doing this for 6 years, not one person has healed their skin drinking coffee. But besides that, if you're drinking coffee while you're water fasting, it's going to have some negative attributes. One, it's way too overstimulating for your thyroid and for your hormones. While you're water fasting, your body is in a very hormonally sensitive place. Your hormones around the hours of 21 fasting are going to shoot through the roof, times 10 for some people, literally. Your GH and your testosterone will shoot through the roof at hour 21 of fasting. And then it will drop, 10 hours later, it will significantly drop. So your hormones are going through these big shifts. And if you're drinking coffee and it's messing with your cortisol levels and your hormone levels and your adrenal glands, it just isn't very helpful. Also, Your coffee has an interaction with the liver. It has some cleansing effect on the liver. And Rhonda Patrick mentioned this. Dr. Rhonda Patrick, you may know her from Joe Rogan's podcast. She's on there a lot. She was talking about how, in her belief, that when you drink coffee while you're fasting, it interacts with the liver in such a way that the liver believes that it's not fasting anymore. So it resets back to baseline, which basically denotes all of the autophagy and the ketosis elements of water fasting. That's coming directly from Dr. Rhonda Patrick. I don't know, I don't have any information to back that, but what I can tell you is people who have water fasted with, who drink coffee, seem to burn out really quick, seem to have harder time sleeping, a harder time relaxing, a harder time dealing with the stress, the emotions, and the uncomfortableness of doing a water fast. So for those reasons, I say skip the coffee altogether while you're water fasting. Also, one of the things that coffee does is it just blunts your hunger. So when you're hungry, you drink some coffee while you're water fasting, and then you don't obsess about food. But when you're water fasting for the sake of reversing skin disease, you want to listen to your body's hunger mechanism. When you become ultra hungry, and then you'll be hungry the whole time you're water fasting, but when you get to that place where you're experiencing true hunger, that's when you have one more day and then you stop the water fast and you slowly introduce well-planned foods. And if you are in a cleansing phase and going to be eating carbs, you need to go a certain route. I do have a video explaining how to come off a water fast, what recipes and juices to use. Vice versa, if you are on a water fast and you're going to leave the water fast and do a carnivore diet or a keto diet or stay in ketosis, you got to come off the water fast in a intelligent way. Listening to how hungry you are throughout the time you're water fasting is key for that process. And this is one that I talk about often and is like really confused. And so let me just be super clear. Taking electrolytes while you're water fasting does not mean that you're not water fasting. What I've experienced with my clients is that those who do not use electrolytes have more autophagy and a faster healing process than those who use anything while water fasting. So that's why my advice for electrolytes when you're water fasting in terms of healing the skin is always just avoid them. Do electrolytes make it so that you can water fast longer? Yeah, I think it does. Cuts down on your hunger. It gives your body some nutrients to make it believe that it's not actually needing to dip further into the reserves. When your body dips into the reserves, that's when you feel weird. That's when you feel things. But that's also when the autophagy is kicking major ass. Taking electrolytes while you're fasting will allow you to water fast for a longer time. But water fasting longer does not mean it's more effective. In fact, if you water fast too long, if you go past that place where you're having true hunger and then you force more days water fasting, you are creating enormous metabolic damage. You're at risk of heart issues. I've even heard of people been in water fasting groups where people's liver and kidneys start to malfunction and just start to act really, really off. If you're someone who has 100 pounds to lose, yeah, you can water fast for a really long time. Or if you're someone who has a healthy, robust body and you're trying to heal your skin, you can go a long time water fasting. But once true hunger hits, that's the key to breaking your water fast and slowly getting back on the food. The electrolytes do not allow you to read that signal properly. And the electrolytes also give your body a false read, in my opinion, that it has nutrients that it doesn't really have, and that it's going to burn through those electrolytes, but it feels like it's a nutrient, so it's not dipping as far into ketones or autophagy as you think. But don't take this advice as, if I'm someone who my only goal is weight loss and I feel that using electrolytes is going to allow me to water fast for decades and make me lose the weight I want, use your electrolytes. Remember, this advice is very specific for people who are overcoming skin disease. So just thought I'd mention that. The fourth thing people do, and I mentioned it in that one, they just fast too long. Fasting too long can be as detrimental as eating freaking McDonald's for some people. It can cause major issues. The other thing that people do when they're water fasting that's a big mistake is they just do it way too often. They think, okay, I can water fast a couple days here and eat for a couple days. They just are constantly in a place where they're never rebalancing themselves. With myself and with my clients, I go through a full phase, a full program, a full circle. You don't just water fast your ass off and then back to normal life. It's water fast, transition, healthy diet, re-nourish the body, check your biomarkers, make sure you're ready for another water fast, and then water fast again. If you do that too often, if you're going through the phases of the water fasting too fast and you're skipping steps, you are going to be depleting your body to the place where you're going to be low on nutrients, deficient, and I would also go to say that that's eating disorder world. If you don't have the ability to set forth a plan and stick to it, and you're obsessed about it, water fasting more and more and more, check yourself. And if you need to speak to a professional, talk to a psychologist, talk to your mom, talk to whatever. If you're starting to get in bad cycles of water fasting, speak up, ask for help. Another thing that people do that messes up their water fast, and this is kind of easy one, is they have no plan. They just jump into it and they're like, I'm going to water fast as long as I can and I'm just going to drink water. And they go about their normal day. Now, some people can pull this off. I've had a few water fasts, especially in my early days, where I'm just like, I'm going to drink water today and keep drinking water and see how long it goes. And 3 days later, I started eating again. But what I've noticed with my clients, and I noticed with myself, that you can make water fasting like really pleasurable and kind of fun, like a staycation, like being at a resort or a spa. You set up your life, set up your day, wait till the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, water fast the whole weekend, get a massage, do a salt bath, do some meditation, watch a rad movie. I have some other videos explaining in depth my procedure, all of the things that I add into my water fast to make them so absolutely amazing and powerful. I suggest you spend some time focusing on that. And the last way to make sure that your water fasting is on point, to know your goal. What is your goal? Are you clear and specific with the reasons why you're water fasting? Is it spiritual growth? Is it emotional? Is it for your skin health? Or is it for weight loss? Is there some other reason? Is it your gut? Is it your digestion? Each reason will have kind of a different way of water fasting. If your reason is for your skin, then go bare bones, go full old school, water only, water fast. Don't overdo it, don't underdo it, and be balanced. If you're confused about the process, I do have a step-by-step guide on my website, holistichealthactivation.com, the 3 phases workbook. It is the system that I use to cure my skin disease, and it's the system that I use working with clients. So you can pick that up. It's at holistichealthactivation.com. For those of you who are looking to get a hold of me to become a private client, there's a link in the description box for that. I'm on the good old-fashioned Instagram as Rob Stuart, even though in real life my name is just Rob Stuart. Instagram, I'm putting up a lot of stuff, a lot of info, tips and tricks, and I'd love to see you guys there. We are going to move forward. We've made the decision, we've tallied up the votes, and thank you so much for your participation, my friends. You guys wanted it, so what we're going to do is a month from now, and it should be up on the website by the end of this week, we're going to do a super focused 30-day group cleanse. It's going to be a challenge, and this one's going to be rad because everyone who enters this group is going to be a part of the challenge, and the person who wins the challenge is going to win a 6-month free coaching program with me. So I will take you on as a client, and I will coach you for the entire 6 months through the 3 phases. So if you would like to enter that contest and to be a part of an awesome group cleanse, go to holistichealthactivation.com, and all of the details will be on there. And if you really want to do a fun group cleanse with the possibility of then having me as a coach for free for 6 months to heal your skin, I think it's going to be a fun time. Hope to see you there. Leave all your comments and questions down below. If you're new to this channel, remember to subscribe and share. Much love to you guys. I will be back with many more videos really soon. Have fun with your water fasting. Much love.